I remember I got in an argument one time with my head coach at Sarasota. He was like a head coach for like 30 years, so very respectable coach. Is it okay if I tell this story? Because it might be like a good 3, 4, or 5 minute story. Is that
No,
okay?
good. Go ahead.
So it was a random game against one of the worst teams in the district. Started pitching. In the first inning, I think I didn't have feel for I think it was my changeup or my slider, I don't remember. And at my high school, the way it was, which I didn't really know this, but this was also my senior year, you weren't supposed to shake off our coach ever.
Oh,
And I was just like, and obviously, like, you guys have probably played on a team like that before where, like, the coach feels so much ownership of, like, hey, I'm the one in control here, right? Not the best way. I learned
yeah.
that also in college. The first time I stepped foot in college, our pitching coach said, hey, at the end of the day, you're the one with the ball. You are the one that makes the decision on which pitch you're going to throw, right? Which I was like, finally, like this is amazing. But anyway, when I was in high school, different story. So after the inning was over, I think I gave up like one run, maybe walked a couple. I came in, he's like, got into my face a little bit, and he's a little bit on the older side. He goes, why do you shake off? You can't shake off me. And I said, I didn't have confidence in my slider. Like, I'm not going to throw a pitch. I know it's going to be a ball. He goes, you don't shake off me. And I was like, no, like I will shake off because I'm not going to throw a pitch again that I don't feel confident in. He said, oh, you want to shake off? Okay, you're out of the game then. And I'm like, after one inning against the worst team, like at this rate, it was more just like getting reps in. So I was frustrated as well. Like he was frustrated with me as well. But really fun, like kind of full circle moment. The next outing that I had was against Venice. Venice was our rival, and it was a really cool like powerhouse rivalry. We were probably ranked within the top 20 schools in the nation, and they were probably ranked within the like top 15 teams in the nation. Like we were both very, very, very good. So it was like I think like a Friday night, and for a high school game, there was like 1,500 people there, right? So it was a packed house. Like it was awesome. And because I was the ace, my senior year, I think I had like a .4 ERA for the entire year, so I kind of balled out.
Damn.
I know, but I was the starting pitcher. I got done with my pregame bullpen. My head coach comes over to me. He goes, "Hey, I know what happened last weekend happened. This game is your game. You pitch whatever you want to pitch. Just let's win." And I'm like, that's more like it. That's more like it. So I kind of started to see like how the coaches dealt with that whole problem. And number one, that it wasn't an important game. It was more of like an ego thing from the first thing. It was against Palmetto,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't that important. And then, of course, when the stakes were high, he did have that trust in me where he was like, hey, I've seen you pitch to the best of your ability. Just do that today against one of the best teams in the country. And I think that game went like 9 innings, so like 2 extra innings. And I think we ultimately won it. And I think I went 8 innings of. I think I might have gave up like one or two runs, but it was a tie game. It was like 2-2, and we took home the win. But awesome game. I love revisiting that story as well because it's like I believed in myself so much to not only like speak up for myself in that first instance, but then he kind of like combated it and he was like, "You don't shake off," and I was like, "No, yes I will, yes I will," because I believe in myself so much where I even know when I don't have a pitch working for me. So that's where the competitiveness of like, no, like I understand my body, I understand how I feel, I understand how the pitches are moving out of my hand, and he is never going to feel the feelings that I felt that specific day, right? Of like just a complete lack of my slider. Like maybe I would have found it in the second or third inning. Who knows, right? But he didn't understand what I was feeling or going through in that moment. But that's where I spoke up. Of course, I'm not telling you to completely get in arguments with your high school coaches or anything like that. But it's just like a fun little story to kind of like wrap up the idea of like having so much confidence in yourself, even when things are going bad, technically.